Hey, kia ora whānau, you're here with me, the Māori Wargamer. And today, we'll be playing a Warhammer 40K battle report. Welcome whānau to this 50 power level battle between the Death Guard of the Hollow Swarm up against the Drukhari, the Dark Eldari, as we continue the battle for the Fate of Atreus. Because my custom narrative campaign, use the word narrative very loosely, it's a campaign in which all my battle reports are set. The Sons of Mortarion have taken to the field to engage their Dark Eldari enemies in battle. So we'll be playing a open war game. There's our deployment objective. You engage the enemy across ground of such importance that merely to hold it is to seize victory from the foe. So quickly explain that one there. We have objective there, objective in the center, and objective just over there. So at the end of the 5th battle round, the player that controls the most objective markers wins, but the player wins immediately if they control all 3 at the end of their turn. So very spicy. We have a small elite Death Guard army up against like 80 plus figures, 80 plus models on the field. So we've got disgustingly resilient, we've got power armor, we've got Nurgle's blessings to protect us against the horde. Whilst the Drukhari, they have speed, mobility in abundance. They can zip from one end of the battlefield to the other in a single turn. So they've got that for them, you know, maybe lightly armored, but they'll be able to sweep the battlefield very quickly. A few heavy weapons scattered amongst them as well. It's going to be an interesting battle. Who will win, who will lose? Too early to tell at this stage. But I hope you stick around and enjoy an interesting battle report from New Zealand's #1 Māori Wargamer. Currently on 235 subscribers as of filming. Back again after another break. Always good to take that time out. But without any further ado, finally, that is our mission. Seizing these objectives. Death Guard got the early deployment already in possession of 2. So we only need 1 more. So it'll be up to the Drukhari to stop us if they can. But whoever wins, whoever loses, the fate of Atreus hangs in the balance. So buckle up there, whānau. We'll go into turn 1. But before we do, let's take a closer look at the armies that we'll be playing with today. We have a patrol detachment of Death Guard led by a Lord of Contagion with a Plague Reaper or a Man Reaper. 2 5-man squads of Plague Marines, bolt guns. We have a Blight Launcher in this squad, Plasma Gun in this squad, and then champions with Power Fists and weapons. A 5-man Blight Lord Terminator squad with Combi Bolters. We have a Plague Spear here, Blight Swords and Bale Axes. A Fetid Bloat Drone with 2 Plague Spears. And a My Fitted Blight Hauler with Multi-Melter, Rocket Launcher, and the Lawnmower Mouth. A patrol detachment of Drukhari led by a Homunculus and a Succubus. A 9-man Reaver Jetbike squad with Splinter Rifles, and we also have 3 armed with a Heat Lance. A 9-man Hellion squad with Hellglaives and Splinter Pods. A 10-man Cabalite squad with Splinter Rifles and a Dark Lance. A 9-man Cabalite squad with Splinter Rifles and a Dark Lance. A Venom with a Twin Splinter Rifle and a Splinter Cannon. A Raider with a Dark Lance and Blade Veins. And a Ravager with 3 Dark Lances. In this fiery landscape on the planet of Atreus, the Death Guard mobilized to secure the Field of Glory, seizing all 3 objectives. So we currently hold objective number 3, number 1, on our way to number 2, held by the Drukhari, moving across the molten landscape, end of the movement phase for turn 1. Death Guard climbed off the Ferrotonic Furnace, moving into capture number 1. The Blight Lord Terminators have moved forward on their way towards the objective. We have the My Fitted Blight Hauler pumping out its putrescent fog, obscuring our infantry, which is very handy for the Lord of Contagion, who has advanced 4 inches. Played, well, my fitted, what is this thing? Fitted bloke drone. All their names sound the same. But he's moving forward as well. So we'll go straight into the shooting phase and try and make some early dents into the massive hordes of Drukhari. Alright, so the shooting phase, Death Guard, turn 1, fitted bloke drone, 2 plague spitters into the Cabalites here. D6 attacks, auto hits. 7 hits from the plague spitters into the Cabalites there. Strength 6 to toughness 3, so we're looking at 3s to wound. No, double 2s. Also plague weapon, but not required in this instance. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 wounds, minus 1 AP. So 7 5-up saves for the Cabalites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dead.
But they have a turn 1 thing where they gain wounds.
What, that power from pain thing?
Yeah.
Alright, so in Nearer to Suffering, we've got 6 6-up saves. Or 2 more survive, so only 4 end up dying. The depravity and sadism of the Drukhari inure them to suffering, so they survive the attack of the plague spitters. So the vehicles of the Hollow Swarm going to unleash into the Drukhari. We have the Mythic Blight Hauler going to fire a crack missile and its multi-mounter into the Ravager here. Ravager, deadly enemy with triple Dark Lancers, so we want to get rid of him nice and quickly. So rolling multi-mounted black, crack missile white, hitting on 4s. Shit. I'm going to use a command point on the multi-mounter. Shit. Alright, that's his turn done. End of turn 1 for the Death Guard Hollow Swarm. Not a lot done really if you think of it. If you think that's 13 power level, that's 7 power level, that's 7, that's 8. It's like 40 power level, and all we managed to kill was something worth 3 power level. Not a lot done. I do admit that, but we managed to clear off, get first blood, kill the Cabalite warriors on there, and we took down 2 wounds off this. So we've got a bit of work to do, but we're disgustingly resilient. We're protected by the putrescent fog. I think we can weather the storm and achieve victory. And if you think that as well, leave a comment, leave a thumbs up. But we'll go into the Drukhari turn number 1 and see what they do as we work to seize the Field of Glory. End of movement phase for the Dark Elder. The raiding party have descended upon this molten battlefield and look to seize the Field of Glory. Hellions moving forward onto Objective 2. Ravager has stayed still. Venom moving forward. Raider moving forward as well. So they are holding the line against the advancing Death Guard, the Hollow Swarm. Meanwhile, the Reaver jet bikes are looking to move into the stronghold, the Fortress of Redemption, to seize that 3rd objective there. So we'll see what's going to happen, what plays out as we go into shooting phase for the Drukhari on turn number 1. Alright, so 2 Dark Lancers from the Cabalite aboard plus the Raider itself have landed 2 wounds onto my Mythic Blight Hauler. We are rolling 2 5-up disgustingly resilient saves. So 2 5-up demonic and vulnerable. No!
D6 damage.
I'm gonna re-roll command point re-roll one of those saves. Shit.
D6 damage.
2 6s, please. Double ones. So So we suffered 9 wounds to the Dark Lancers. My Fitted Blight Hauler has 8 wounds in total. So we need to make 3, 5 or 6 up disgustingly resilient to keep him in the game. Keep him in the game. Oh, shit. Holy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. He is good as gold. 2 Dark Lance shots against the blessings of Nurgle. He saved 6 of those wounds with 5s or 6s. That was beautiful. I'm glad I caught that on camera. He's going to continue the onslaught. Angering Grandfather Nurgle. Alright, another round of triple Dark Lances from the Ravager. Have dealt out 11 wounds. So we're looking for 11, 5 or 6s. He's got 6 wounds left. Let's just roll it. Watch me roll all 6s. 11 6s. He's gone. He's dead.
Does he blow up?
He's dead meat. He does not blow up.
Hold on, doesn't he blow up? Don't they blow up on 5s or 6s?
Blow up on 6s, mate.
Okay.
Alright, so Death Guard vehicles explode on a floor apparently. So he wounded the Blight Lords, wounded the Lord of Contagion, wounded the Bloat Drone, wounded these 2, but not worth it. My goodness. On with the shooting. But those two things have done, so enough. Alright, so end of the shooting phase for the Drukhari turn 1 in this open war game, Warhammer 40K battle report with your host, New Zealand's #1, the maoriwargamer. Only significant damage done was wiping out the My Fitted Blight Hauler, provides that extra bit of cover to our units, but at the cost of the heaviest of firepowers available to the Dark Eldari. Was it worth it? Who knows? He ended up wounding more than my opponent did anyway by exploding. Otherwise, high numbers, but not a lot of AP, so it's been pretty neck and neck, pretty tied. We'll see how things go though as we go into, my opponent wants to make some charges. So good luck to him. We'll see how that works out going into the assault phase, charge phase. Alright, so charge phase. The Raider has successfully charged into the Fitted Bloat Drone, but the Plague Spitters have landed 9 auto hits into it. So rolling 9 wounds, 3 up to wound, and Plague Weapons to reroll fails. Oh, barely necessary. 8 wounds. Let me double check the minus. So we're looking for 8 5-ups for the Raider. Oh, he only made 1, 7 wounds gone. 7 wounds gone. How much does this thing have?
10.
10, so he's gone from 10 to 3 as a result of Overwatch. He did not think it through charging an auto hit guy. But hey, we'll see what attacks he can make. Good luck to him. He's charging. Going to the fight phase. Alright, so unsuccessful attacks from the Raider, but there have been 2 successful attacks and wounds into the Raider from the Plague Probe on my Bloat Drone. So 2 successful wounds. We're rolling D3 damages. 3 wounds left on the Raider. D3 damages, no command points used by myself yet. Let's wipe him out. 2-2. That's all we need. Does he explode? Roll us a quick 6. He doesn't roll a 6.
Did I roll a 6?
You did roll a 6.
Seriously?
You can command point that.
No, it does damage on your guy, not my guy.
It does damage on your guys who escape as well.
Only one of them will die.
No, it does extra damage as they escape and then...
No, it doesn't. It doesn't say it in here.
Yeah. So my opponent is taking that hit in the hopes of impacting myself. Or him too.
Mm-hmm. D3 mortal wounds.
Alright, yeah. Roll for them.
Do you want to roll separately?
Roll for the drone first.
Okay.
So 2 wounds, so he's down to 7. And this dude, down to 2. Woo. Alright, I'm going to roll for his Cabalites. 2 dead for them.
So that's 8.
And they'll disembark. We'll wrap up. This turn is done. So we'll move into Death Guard Hollow Swarm, turn number 2. What a dramatic, eventful turn 1. We'll see what happens in turn 2. Alright, so end of movement phase, turn 2 for the Death Guard Hollow Swarm. As the Fate of Atreus rages on. These Plague Marines staying still right here. They're in cover from the fortress. Measly gunshots from the Reaver jet bikes aren't going to do anything. Over here, Plague Marines have piled into the crater. An extra 1 up to their cover save will come in handy. Blight Lord's moving forward. Lord of Contagion moving forward as well, not advancing, just moving. And Fetid Bloat Drone moving into detonation range if he does happen to explode. Going to do some damage behind enemy lines. So we're working to clear objective number 2 so we can secure the Field of Glory and end the game in our victory. So stay with us, Whānau. We'll go into the shooting phase for the Death Guard, see what happens. End of the shooting phase for the Hollow Swarm, turn number 2. That was some devastation right there. That was some devastation right there. We took out a bike. We took out 6 Hellions. These guys left. See, when I first started this game, when we were setting up the battlefield, I was like, man, Death Guard are going to get an easy loss, but we'll make up for it in game number 2. Now, the Drukhari have about as much units as the Death Guard do on the battlefield, and they're looking a lot worse for wear at the moment. So we're going to capitalise on this momentum, move forward. We're going to go into the charge phase. A few charges to make. So stay with us, Whānau. Don't go anywhere. Death Guard charge phase, turn number 2. Alright, so successful charges, no injuries suffered. 4 Blight Lords in against the Venom. We have the Bloat Drone and the Lord of Contagion up against the Cabalites. So let's see how that all rolls out before we end Death Guard turn 2. End of the turn for the Death Guard, the Hollow Swarm, as we fight over the Fate of Atreus. Cabalites, 4 remaining Cabalites after combat. And over here we have a Venom left on 3 wounds. So we're going to roll for some morale. Because these dudes lost 7 guys. And these dudes lost 6 guys. So let's see what they do for morale. See if they punk out. Stay with us before we go to Eldar 2. My goodness, how the tables have turned. A game where I was like, man, I'm going to get wiped. But now, my opponent's going to get wiped. That's there, 2 wounds left on him. So that's it. We've lost 3 Cabalites to morale, 1 Hellion to morale. And we'll go into turn number 2 for the Dark Eldar, the Drukhari, see what they can do as we fight over the Field of Glory. Alright, final end of movement phase for the Drukhari, turn number 2. The Ravagers stay still, 6 wounds, or 7 wounds remaining. Last 2 Hellions there, Venom's moving back out of combat. Where did the Cabalites go? Oh, shut up. Cabalites have ran out of combat as well. And we have the Reaver jet bikes moving forward, looking to take on the Blight Lords by the looks of things. We'll see how they do. We'll go into shooting phase for turn number 2, Drukhari. Alright, final so end of the shooting phase, end of the turn for the Dark Eldar, turn number 2. Pretty ineffective shooting phase for them. No damages done at all against the Blightlord Terminator's Cataphracti armor, all but impenetrable. They've got nothing to damage me with all their numbers, with all their power. So it's going to be a Death Guard win for sure. We're going to go straight into Death Guard turn 3, mow them out. We just need to get rid of this, wrap up the turn, and we are good to go. So stay with us. Death Guard victory, turn number 3. Alright, finally, so in the movement phase for the Death Guard, turn number 3. Blightlords moved across here, looking to rumble into the Ravager. The last step that's holding. It's not even holding.
No, it's not even holding, to be honest, because you hold.
We get priority on that because of our rule. Damn. So we're going to win. Move the blow drone over here. Dude standing here. Rugby World Cup. Tonga. Yeah. Don't rate them. We're All Blacks fans on this channel.
Mm-hmm.
Or Australia Wallabies.
Oh, bugger off.
These guys standing still. So we've got objective number 3 held. Objective number 2 held. Objective number 1 about to be held. Let's wrap up this game. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, that's about all we need to win to seize the field of glory as we end the turn for the Death Guard. Death Guard in control of objective 2. Death Guard in control of objective 1. And Death Guard in control of objective 3. Therefore, achieving the objective and securing an overwhelming Death Guard victory for game number 1. So yeah, Death Guard take the game. Yeah, bloody interesting. You know, we had like 11 Death Guard units up against 80 Dark Eldar. They got mown to pieces very early, very swiftly. And yeah, that's the way Warhammer 40K rolls, isn't it? The way the cookie crumbles, my opponent says. You know, you can't predict it, you can't plan it. I really was ready to you know, succeed defeat. But we roll with the punches, and the Death Guard take it away. The Dark Eldar, mobile they are, but provide no lasting hits against a 3-up and a 6-up. No AP did take the wounds of my heavy firepower. That's got blown to pieces very swiftly. So finally, hope you enjoyed that episode. Hope you enjoyed this battle report. Death Guard versus Dark Eldar. Multi-wargamer battle report. Make sure you tune in next week. We'll have more Dark Eldar entertainment for you. And Dark Eldar are the army to watch as we go in to the Psychic Awakening. Exciting things on the rise for them. Death Guard, you know, they're pretty static, pretty where they are, but I've got a bit more plans for them in the future. So love your support, love your comments, love your feedback, love your thumbs up. If you enjoyed this battle report at all, if you made it to this part of the video, then definitely go ahead and hit the thumbs up, hit the like, subscribe to the channel, share a comment, share this video. Really appreciate your support. Thank you for watching, though, another Warhammer 40K battle report by the Multi-Wargamer. I am your humble host. Thank you for watching once again. Ka kite. Ano.